welcome back to Bayleigh Daily, and today on Bayleigh Daily we're going to be talking everything reality TV through the lens of two beautiful black women. I'm including myself in that. This is my friend Chey. What? Am I not a beautiful black woman?
Oh, you win. You are.
Okay. This is my friend Chey. She's on Teen Mom and she originated on the challenge. Wait, no, or you are the one?
Yeah, I did Are You the One, and then the challenge, and now Teen Mom.
Yeah. She's been on the block, okay, for a while in the reality TV world. And her and I connected in a very odd way.
How did we connect, Bayleigh?
We connected at her baby daddy's second baby mama's gender reveal. I love him to death. Yeah. But that's how we met. And now we are very close friends, but we noticed that we both have similar backgrounds when it comes to like our upbringing, and we both ended up in reality TV. So we thought it would be a good video where we just kind of share our experience through our lens. Babe.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, babe. You used to say the first hour. Yeah.
Intermission.
Pause. Anyways, okay, so we're just gonna get started, and we want to kind of invite you guys into our conversations that we have involving this stuff. And a lot of people ask me about my reality world experience, and we just gonna be real with y'all because it's not all glitz and glam.
No.
Let's begin.
Not at all.
So I have to ask you, so you've been doing reality TV longer than I have.
How long have you done it?
3 years. How long have you done it?
I think 4, 5.
Okay, yeah, there we go. So just a little bit longer than me.
Yeah.
But I remember having a talk with your mom about how one day you just came home and you're like, yes, I'm going to reality TV, and you rode this kind of 5-year thing.
I never thought I'd be doing
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have a whole ass degree and I don't even use it at this point. I'm working on that. But yeah, so tell me about that.
So I went to Hampton. I got a degree in communications for public relations. I came home, kind of looked at my parents like, hey, I'm back. Didn't know what to do. So my parents gave me a year off to figure it out.
Right.
Like, they supported me. They said, you know, we'll let you figure out what you want to do. I worked kind of like within the family business, and to be honest, I don't know like what I wanted to do at all. I was so confused. But I was so happy that I got a degree, so in my head it was like, everybody just leave me alone, like I did
what you asked me.
Right, I did what you asked me. Now, like, as far as getting a real job, like, let's all calm down.
Yes.
So I landed on Are You the One. I still do not know how they found me, but I got an email, I applied. I actually applied on the last day you can apply, so I never did like a home video. I never did any of like that process. We skipped all that. They did a Skype with me. My family did not leave me alone for the Skype interview.
Oh.
They were all of it.
Oh my God.
All of it. I wish that I could find whoever has that interview. I need that tape. But when they like talk, Are You the One's like about like dating and stuff, so they ask questions about sex, and they're like, hey, do you want like your dad to, you know,
leave the room?
Mind you, my dad was laying on the floor.
Oh God.
With like a 5-foot bunch of roses, because we were at the convention center, literally right there. And they were having a flower convention, so he was like holding up flowers in the background, and he said that he was setting the stage, or like setting the mood for the interview.
Oh my God.
But all they see is this huge guy like laying on the floor holding flowers, and they're like, sir, we can still see you. Like, whatever literally, he's like, just imagine I'm not here. So I'm talking so freely about like my experiences, about dating, about sex, about everything, and my dad is just hanging out, and they're looking at me like, okay, there has to be something going on with this family's very odd. And Kyle
and open,
so open, and my sister was screaming at me because we were at my parents' office, so we were supposed to be doing work. So she's like, there's clients here, and you guys are playing around, like doing some stupid interview.
Kyle. Yeah.
I never seen Are You the One. I didn't know anything about Are You the One. I didn't know it was like a real situation at all. They were like, we love you. Let's send you a contract. I literally got a contract within like the next week.
Wow.
And I was on the I'm not doing it. I don't need help with dating. I'm good.
Yes.
I was like, cool, I would never go on a dating show, it's so stupid. I just got out of college, I have a degree, this is dumb. I was so against it, but my parents, who are entrepreneurs, said, at the time I was starting a fitness line, so I had like sports bras and leggings and little cute stuff. They were like, go on to the show, wear your stuff, treat it like a business thing, like don't go on there, don't have sex on the show, like don't be the drunk one, don't be the stereotype, don't do all this stuff, like think of it as a business opportunity. And I was like, okay. But mind you, I was still fresh out of college, so the idea of just it being business went right out the door as soon as I got there, and there was a table full of alcohol, and we're on the beach in a house. I was like,
wait, sexy people. Okay, let me talk about that for a second, because the business aspect is really important. So a lot of people look at our life and they're like, oh, you guys don't do anything. You're just on reality TV. And I don't think they understand how business oriented reality TV is. Like, we are walking brands. So like going on the shows and deciding, okay, what do I want my brand to be? What do I want to represent? What product am I going to sell? Am I going to do this? There's so many things. So technically I am using my business degree, but there's so many things that are behind this, especially with the whole, you saying, don't be the stereotype.
Right, you can't, like you said, you're a walking brand, so we are not allowed to feed into these stereotypes, because it can get a brand deal pulled, or you can be put into a box so that you're just the loud black girl or the angry black girl, where I'm sitting there and I'm watching my non-black cast members who get just as angry as me
and go off,
and it's like, oh, she's so passionate.
Yes. But I'm attitude-ish and I'm angry. Like, it's very frustrating.
So my first reality show, it was a real check, real quick, like, okay.
There's different standards.
Yes. I'm not allowed to do certain things. All right, noted. You know, I get it. This is a reality show, which is reality also. We're still in the outside world.
It's just controlled reality.
Right. Without the cameras, we still can't feed into these things. But then I also realized that just because I got that talk from my parents to not feed into these realities, not to feed into the stereotypes, that other of my black cast members have not gotten that talk. And they feed into these stereotypical things that they feel like, oh, to be on TV, you have to do these things. Yeah. And now I watch them like, okay, we have such good talks away from everybody else, away from the cameras.
But when the cameras come on, it's a whole
nother person. I'm like, oh, stop! You don't have to be loud to be seen.
But it's hard because this is the talks we have, to where like our parents raised us similarly, so we've had these sit down talks of like, hey, you're different. Hey, you have to do this. You have to do that. And I think my frustration with that has always been with, I am myself, on and off the camera. I'm not going to change myself. Now, do I have to say things differently? Do I have to act certain ways? Do I have to hold myself accountable for certain things that other people don't have to? Yes. But at the same time, I want to still be that raw, passionate Bayleigh that I always am. And people can come after me and they're like, oh, you're so spoiled, you're entitled, you're this, you're that. Okay.
I am.
I'm not offended by that.
I am.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like people really try to attack you with that. Why do you act like that? Why do you act like a spoiled brat? I am more concerned with why you think that I'm not allowed to be that way. Because when somebody else does it, it's completely fine. She's just spoiled. She's had a great upbringing. But when it's from me, it's like, how dare you have the audacity or have the nerve to think that you deserve more? Right. So it's hard.
It is hard. And the reality of it is that, unfortunately, within media and what we see on TV, what is constantly put into our faces are the stereotypical African American people. And then when you throw in a unicorn, like us, then there's a lot of confusion and controversy. And there's even confusion within not just black versus non-black, but black, within our own community. It's like, well, I'm looking at them like, why are y'all doing this? And they're looking at me like, oh, she's stuck up, or
On my last show, I literally had a black cast member say, oh, you look like you've been taken care of your whole life.
Yes, I have.
And I'm like, thanks.
Right.
Because I have.
What's the problem?
And I don't understand why you're throwing shade at me, because I have been taken care of my whole entire life. I'm proud of my parents for doing, what they did to make sure I had a great life. I have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I carry myself this way because that's just how I carry myself. Right. So it sucks because you're at war with the whole entire situation. You have to have this standard, but then you're at war with the other black castmates that you have because they're upset.
When I did the challenge, I remember one of my black castmates told me, or it was like talking about racial things to everybody, and kind of I spoke up and they said, no, you're not like really black.
Woo!
You're not the like. I was in there like.
I hate when they said that. You don't count. Wait, hold up.
I'm looking around like, are they talking about
You're like, hold on, me?
What you mean I'm not really black? Like, well, you're not like the black. Like, what is that? And why don't I qualify?
I need a definition. And that pisses me off because people do say that. Like, even growing up, and I don't know if you have this problem, I had friends, like white friends that would say certain crazy things about black people, but you don't count. And I would be like, hold up. And I would have to sit down and I would have to educate them. Don't say those kind of things, number one. Number two is, I do count just because I don't even know. Like, it would be my hair. Oh, well, you don't have the hair. Or you have good hair. No, we're not gonna do that. Or,
right.
Oh, you're not dark black. So, and I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So constantly having to educate people on set, off set is exhausting.
It is. And
you don't have to prove your blackness, period.
And that's it. And I had to almost develop that mindset that I have nothing to prove, and I'm not, for damn sure, I'm not going to try to prove that I'm black.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, okay, stop. We're moving. This is crazy because it's like it all leads into a segue. So the nothing to prove thing is a really important thing because Chey and I have moments where we text each other where people are being toxic on Twitter, or we view our, edit from the show where we're just like, do I really act like that? How is this happening? Why are they like? We have these moments where we're like, I just need a vent, and so we talk to each other about it. But I think the main thing that has gotten us through this is our skin has had to develop and get so much more tough over a period of time, like quickly. So the things you just have to be like, you know what? I don't even care anymore.
And you have to almost pick and choose your battles.
Ooh.
And
That's
that
so
is the hard
hard.
thing, especially when you're shooting, especially when you're on these shows and in these houses. It's like, you want to blow up, you want to scream, you want to throw things, but it's like, just sit here. But then it's like, am I being real? Am I being real to myself?
So on the last episode of the challenge, which I'm sure some of you guys saw, I was sitting in nominations and I was so quiet and I was getting kind of yelled at for being quiet. Everybody's like, okay, Bayleigh's not saying anything. She's being, a brat. Like, she just won't stand up for herself. And I got yelled at because I'm like, I know myself. If I open up and I allow my emotions out, there's no shutting that door. Right. So I'd rather be quiet. And so I got kind of like yelled at for being quiet. And then when I open my mouth, they're like, yo, she's screaming. Why is she screaming?
She's crying. Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. She's crying. Oh no, she's screaming. Like, I don't know what emotion is socially acceptable for people. So I try to just like hold in all my emotions, but in my real life, I've never been taught that. In my house growing up, we can express emotions.
Right.
If I'm upset or I'm angry, let's talk about it. So I've never had to deal with this black woman stereotype that you're not allowed to be angry until I got on TV. Like, I went to private school. There was 4 black people in my class. We would have arguments. Me and my friends would literally express our feelings, and I would be like, no, that's wrong. And we would have these talks. Nobody would ever make me feel bad for it. So I get on TV and they're like, you fit the stereotype. You're a disappointment to black people everywhere. You're so loud. You're so aggressive. And I'm like, are black people not allowed to be aggressive or loud or speak?
Thank you.
Thank you, Belvin. You did it on that.
So it was going in on
his fingers. Yes. But that's just how it is. So it's weird. Like,
right.
We don't legalize black emotions.
That's the hard part. That's when people ask me, like, do you like doing reality TV? Would you do it again? Would you suggest it for other people? Would you let your daughter do it? I'm like, ooh. And for me, it's like I have pros and cons. I absolutely love the platform that it comes with it.
Yes.
I like to be able to do these things, to have these talks, like to
control your narrative.
control
your social media is fire. If you guys don't follow Chey on social, which everybody in the whole world does, but I'll put her social right here. But she uses her platform to speak about things like her daughter Ryder, and there's a nonprofit for her autoimmune disease.
It's like a metabolic. I hate talking about this stuff. Not hate talking about it, but it's. I can go on forever. That's another video. But
yes, but she uses her platform about things and issues in her real life, what's going on with her daughter, Black Lives Matter, how to educate people, and that's where I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for reality TV because now we have the platform to speak about things that are important to us and to set a good example.
And that platform also comes with pros and cons.
Oh, yes.
So there's so many pros and cons to doing reality TV. I love being on it to highlight that, yes, I'm Black, I come from money, I'm not afraid to say it, I've been spoiled my whole entire life. My parents put me through college, I don't have any college loans, nothing. Like, I've traveled the world since I was a baby.
Yes.
I can go on and on forever.
Yes.
And where else? Like, I don't see me on TV. I don't see us highlighted. And then if I'm Bayleigh, but I don't ever see like, oh, I relate to her. And there's plenty of black girls and black boys like me who should be able to relate to me and have lived similar experiences. I've always gone to private schools.
Yes.
Now, I sit here and list all these things, and I'm sure someone in the comments says, oh my gosh, she's bragging. I can't believe. But
no, these are facts, and we're stating facts. But the problem is,
we're not allowed to.
We're not allowed to, and it's hard because literally people are angry at the fact that we have come from these things. So the second thing is, even on production, I've had people on sets and interviews be like, yes, I'm assuming, this is your come up story. Like you're really trying to prove yourself, and your family didn't come from much. And I literally laugh. I'm like, what? Me? No, that's not my life at all. And I am not knocking somebody whose life it is, because my husband, that's his lifestyle, where he's come from nothing, and he's grinded out, and he's done his thing, and he's a boss now. But the thing is, that wasn't my lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So I can't sit here in front and be like, I just can't represent that person. Right. So if that's how they're casting me, they got the wrong one.
And that's what I explained. The first time I had to genuinely sit down and explain that was
with casting or with the director.
Casting was when we got on Teen Mom. Okay. One of the very first talks I had with production was, I'm just putting it out there. It's really awkward for me to say because mind you, I'm talking to a room full of non-black people. Mm-hmm. That if you guys are trying to find like the stereotypical black family where, we're a little struggle here, a bunch of come up stories, no one's ever done this, no one owns a business, everyone works for the man, like, you're not gonna find it here. If you guys want us to be screaming at each other every episode or pulling each other's hair out, we're still not it. If you want baby mama drama, we're still not it. Mm-hmm. So they were looking at me like, no, like we would. It's okay. And I'm really looking at them like, I hope y'all really know.
But even the fact that you have to have the conversation is insane. And I think like, that's why. So people ask, if you hate reality TV so much, if it's so annoying to you, why do you stay on? This is why. Because there is no representation out there like us. I'm not about to be at home, and I could be at home comfortable, not worrying about a thing, living my best life, and not have to deal with toxic people on the internet. But then I would lose out on the platform, setting the example, showing young girls that are like us that, hey, you don't have to be a ratchet hot mess. No offense to the ratchet hot mess, because we be ratchet sometimes.
Yeah, I can get real ratchet quick.
But you don't have
That's not the point.
In order for somebody to say, oh, I would like you on my reality show.
Right.
You can be your authentic self. You don't gotta fight nobody.
Exactly.
You don't gotta scream. You don't have to come from anything other than you just who you are.
The fact that I had to sit down and explain that we don't represent that side, and that we represent a whole other side that we don't see family-wise on TV. To me, it was almost like so embarrassing, and like.
But that's crazy. That shouldn't be embarrassing.
Right, it shouldn't be embarrassing, but having to have that uncomfortable conversation of, hey, we're not this like stereotypical black family that, it was just like, why
embarrassing for them.
Yes,
it's embarrassing for them. Yes.
And it's like, why am I even having to do this? But sadly, I had to have that conversations a few times, and they embraced our family. I would say that with production and stuff, they embraced us very well. Every now and then we would get a couple, like, how are they doing this?
Yeah. Where did they come from?
And stuff. But I don't mind being a unicorn. And I wish that, at least with reality shows, that they casted more people like us so that we weren't
paving the way, sister.
Yes. So that, these talks, next time we have two people more,
we can bring some people into the fold. But, so long story short, this is our goal. When it comes to reality TV, we want to be, pioneers in the industry. Let's have positive conversations. Let's openly express our emotions. Let's show them that there's no stereotypical black girl. There's lots of different black girls. Mm-hmm. There's lots of different upbringings that people have. We're a culture of diversity in every sense. So our goal is to continue to share our experience, to continue to just live our best life with unapologetically, no fear of being ourselves. Yes. And if people are mad, we can let them be mad, but we know where our genuine supporters are.
Yeah. And we're okay. I feel like the two of us are strong enough women to have uncomfortable conversations or to break down stereotypes. Yes. So it's like if there's questions that any of my non-black followers, friends, whoever have, I'm down to have the convo.
Yes.
I'm so open to it. Let's explain why it's not okay for you to say Bayleigh has good hair. What about me?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
hair is hair. What makes,
and it's all good. Yes.
what makes like someone else's hair better? So like those,
Yes.
you know, stuff like that, or stuff within colorism, like the proper way to me, I don't say, oh, she's dark, okay, she's brown. Like, so there's always words and there's always things that you can say to better yourself and to align yourselves better and to be a better ally.
Yes.
But we have to talk about it.
I will say, she reads my mind. I will say it's up to us to speak about that because one, there's never been a platform before where black women can share these things. And then two, a lot of the times they're not comfortable. So we have two women who are used to this. We're very comfortable. We want to share our story. So I think it's up to us to continue to do that.
Yeah.
So that's our goal. Chey and I are actually going to be doing a lot of things together. We're hoping to do some podcast stuff. We're hoping to do some more episodes. We want you guys to leave comments. We want you to really show your opinion on what you want to see from our friendship, our relationship, from these videos.
And we would try to be as open as possible. We can do our next.
We're gonna have we're gonna have a boy talk one. We're gonna have a marriage talk. Like we have so many things to talk about. But make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below, and just keep up with me and Chey.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, babe. And
You're
Velvet.
welcome. Blow a kiss, Velvet.
Say bye-bye.
Ah!
Velvet, you did such a good job.
He did such a good job.